Hello YouTube! Today I wanted to talk about how to back or finish your plastic canvas projects. I get this question a lot on Instagram, on Twitter, and I figured it's about time I address it. So we're gonna get right into it. I've prepped these in advance, that way they're still on the plastic. I've kind of cut them out, but not really. So we're just gonna dive right in. I cut pretty much right up to the stitches themselves. You want to leave that little rim of plastic around it to make sure that the stitches aren't falling off, of course. And stitch or cut all the way around. Now, if I'm making a key fob or keychain or something that I need to attach something, I will leave like a little triangle, so I'll probably leave this top portion here uncut. That way the charm has something to attach to. You don't have to, but it does give it a little extra bit of plastic for it to hold on to so it doesn't tear off easily. Now it's something like this, I'm not going to cut out the open areas. You could if you had like an X-Acto knife maybe, but it's not usually worth it. Get the general shape out, that's fine. You're going to get some felt, or at least I use felt. You can use any type of cloth really if you want to be decorative on the back. And cut out just a general square of fabric, slightly larger than the stitch itself. You can work straight on the sheet if you're doing a bunch of them, but I like to cut it out that way it's not huge in my hand. You can use black or white, or for this one I might use purple since it's the primary color on there, but for now I had black on hand, so I knot my threads because I'm a lazy bastard, but also the back's not going to be seen anyway, so it doesn't matter. So I'll tuck in the knot behind some of the existing stitches before I start to anchor them in place. And then going through both the felt and the plastic, I will essentially do a backstitch outline. Now I don't do a full backstitch, I just kind of alternate stitches, but you can do the full line if that's what you prefer. Now if you're doing a pin, you might actually choose to glue the pin back directly to the stitch and then stab it through the felt. That way the felt gives it an extra little layer of security. We're not doing a pin today, so I'm going to take that out and keep on stitching. Now, before I stitch up this last side, if I was making a keychain, I like to stuff my keychains with a little bit of polyester microfiber fill just to give it a little bit of weight. Like stuff it in there. You can use a chopstick or something small to get it in the corners if you need to. But that way it gives it a little bit more volume. If you're making this into a magnet though, now would be a good time to get your magnet. I like to use the strong little earth magnets and tuck it in there. That way you don't have to worry about glue coming off and it falling off. The little earth magnets are strong enough to hold up through felt, so it's not a problem. Alright, once I'm done, I just kind of tuck in the thread right on the felt itself. And then we're going to cut the felt out. should have used my sharper scissors, but they're on the other side of the room, so I'm just gonna kind of wing it. You should probably cut things a little bit neater than I am right now. That's up to you. If I'm doing a charm, I have that extra little triangle of plastic that I've left open to give it a little bit more security. When I do charms, I also like to add a little embellishments, so I might add like a little heart or something like that, a little leaf. If I was doing earrings or something similar, the same concept applies. I get these little, I don't know what you call them, little hooks, and then they can be snapped right on. And just held on with pliers. If you were doing a hair clip, you might sew this on the back afterwards. You can even use one of these types of hair clips, sew it right on the back. This one's probably too small for one of those, but depending on what you're making, it might be better to do it that way. You can just kind of sew it right on. You can see where it's still kind of loose, but it stays on pretty strong. If I do the butterfly clips, I tend to just sew it straight onto the back. I don't coat those, but you can definitely still back them if you would like. And that's pretty much it. This is